ping pong, but it's actually table tennis is
Yes.
the correct term, and I think that's the more politically correct term. And Kristen Aguirre is learning all about the game today. Hey, Kristen.
Hi, yes, actually, it is not called ping pong. It is called table tennis. I'm with Quincy Table Tennis Club, basically president, coach. He does everything for this group. Paul Sheeler. Why is it called table tennis and not ping pong?
Well, ping pong is the brand name for a product that is a table tennis product. So I like to say ping pong is to table tennis what Kleenex is to tissue. So that's where we, table tennis because it's using a table obviously and has similarities to tennis. I imagine that's what they came up.
And so you were telling me before that table tennis is actually the second most popular game in the world, right?
Yes, second only to soccer and one of the fastest growing sports here in America with lots of opportunities for scholarships sometimes at some local colleges too.
And it is no stranger to Quincy because the organization, the group has been here for years.
Yes, since actually about 1954. A man by the name of Bob O'Neill was one of the instrumental originators in the group, and it's been going strong ever since.
And you guys have been recognized. You have a wall kind of over here, a wall of fame. Why is table tennis so popular?
I think it has a lot to do with the original founders of the club, Bob O'Neill. He seems to he was an educator, so he got a lot of kids involved. Some of those kids have grown up, and so I just try to keep it going.
And you have you guys have junior leagues as well. You have some pictures over there.
Yeah, we've since for about 10 years now, we've had a junior championship, kids between the grades of 4 to 12. Every year in February or early March, we have a tournament. If they want to play, they should come. And
table tennis is fun, but it's also good for your eye coordination, right?
Yeah, it's one of the best brain sports. In fact, it's ranked up there near the highest as far as brain development, coordination, eye-hand coordination really helps the brain.
All right, well, coming up after later in the show, I'm going to test my eye coordination, and I'm going to play a little bit of table tennis.
That's what we call good TV right there. Kristen Aguirre is learning a brand new sport this morning involving a paddle.
It's not a new sport, but maybe it's new to her. She's learning table tennis. Kristen, let's see some of those moves.
Oh yeah, I am here with the Quincy Table Tennis Club, and with me now is president, kind of director, and teacher, and everything. He does everything for the club. Is Paul Sheeler, and he is going to give me some tips on how to correctly hold this paddle. So, Paul, you have you're actually certified to coach and everything, right?
Correct, with the United States Association of Table Tennis.
All right, so table tennis is pretty big, so it requires some good moves. So how do I correctly hold it?
The first thing you want to do is the grip is the most important thing. Some people start learning and they do the wrong grip and it restricts them from getting better. So the most standardized grip is what's called the shake hand grip, and they call it that because it's like you're shaking the paddle's hand. So you want to put your hand like you're shaking something, and you're going to take your index finger across the bottom, wrap your other fingers there, your thumb lays right at that moment there, and you want to keep the blade somewhat lined up with your arm there. So that's your best grip.
All right, so in case you guys can't see that at home, you're holding it like this with one finger over and the other back leg. And I do say it's definitely a better grip than if you would, maybe people hold it just like this, but it's definitely, you have more control. So how am I supposed to now hit the ball? Because there's an art to hitting it.
Well, first of all, you're going to make sure when you use your forehand, and some people, they like to do either the forehand or the backhand, they tend to favor, but because the speed of the game, you don't have time to just use your forehand. So you're going to have the forehand on this side, and you want to make sure you come around when the ball comes over here to use your backhand there. So your forehand and your backhand.
All right. Well, coming up later in the show, I am going to put these new skills that I just learned to the test. So make sure you come back because I'm going to face off with Paul. My money, it's on me.
Then I'm going to win that bet. I'm going to go for Paul. You're learning to play table tennis.
Yes, I am. And earlier, we were learning the correct way to hold a paddle, which is with your forefinger here, and then you're holding it like you're shaking a hand. But I'm still going to get some more practice in before my big face-off with a table tennis pro, Paul Sheeler. So Paul is from Quincy Table Tennis. And Paul, how do I correctly, let's practice my stroke.
Yes. You'll want to have your stroke always, basically the top spin stroke, and that's a forward motion and a little bit up. So as you're a ball's approaching, you can go forward with the ball, and then raise your paddle up just a little bit to give it a little top spin.
Should I be standing a certain way?
Yeah, your feet apart, your left foot slightly forward if you're a right-handed player, and just like you are, just perfect, not too much. And then the ball comes, you rotate your waist and come up on that like that.
All right, so now I'm gonna play a little bit with our cameraman, so let's see how this works. Paul, how did you get involved in table tennis?
As a teenager, I was at camp, and we played oftentimes with each other, and then as I got older, played in college a little bit, came to Quincy and found the club. It has been a great opportunity.
And also, it's important, you were telling me a little bit about this line here that I can't go over it.
Right. On a serve, when you serve the ball, hit it down on your side first, but you can't hit it past you can't go past the line. Perfect there. Great stroke. So when you serve it, like when you have that ball and you serve it, you want to be behind the white line when you hit it. So go ahead. Hit it down on your side when you serve it. There you go. Perfect.
All right. Well, I have some more practice to do before my big face-off with Paul, so I'm going to do that, but make sure to tune in later in the show and see who's going to win.
Now we have Kristen Aguirre, who is learning table tennis this morning. What's up, Kristen?
Yes.
It is now the match of the morning. Paul and I are going to face off. So I'm going to use all the skills that he taught me. He is from Quincy Table Tennis Club, and we're going to see who is the master of the table tennis floor. So we're going to kick off right now. It's actually harder than it looks, very much eye coordination, and, ooh, I just want to tell everyone that I'm doing this in heels. I can do it all. So remember he had said to, ooh, ah! So he has 1 point, and how the game works, I remember Paul was saying that each person gets 2 serves, and then it goes to the other person, and there goes, ah! And the games go up to 11 points. So, Paul, you already have 2 points?
2 points.
Paul already has 2 points. Now it's my turn to serve or your turn to serve? All right, here it goes. I'm holding it correctly, forefinger up, holding it like I'm shaking a hand. And, whoops. Maybe I needed a little more practice, but let's try this again. I'm multitasking too, guys, come on. Oh, gosh.
That'd be a point.
Oh, that's a point for me. All right, here we go. Keeping it going. I lost a point again. All right. Basically, we know who the winner is. It's Paul. Lindsay, I let you down. I'm so sorry.
You know, though, to your benefit, okay, you had the heels, you're new, and you were holding the microphone. I mean,
And
Forrest Gump.
talking at the same time.
Yes, and
Yeah, I
Forrest Gump
didn't do that bad. I
did it
didn't do
with
that
the ice
bad.
cream cone.
No, and
I think if I put the mic away, Paul, I'd put him a run for his money.
Then you could put him away.
It's
Is that
so
what
funny
you're saying?
though, because I've tried playing table tennis and I can't even like play it when I'm focusing and doing it. So you're doing incredibly well. Good job, Kristen.
Nice job, Kristen.
Thank you.
Well done.
Up this
I
morning,
win.
learning all about table tennis. Kristen, how are you doing?
I'm not as good as Forrest, but I
No
could
one
be if I
is.
practiced really hard. Paul Sheeler and I actually just had a little match, and I sorely lost, but we're going to have one more quick match and something about who can volley longer. I'm determined to win something. And ready, set, go. He's giving me a little bit of advantage. He's doing his backhand.
On the left hand.
Oh, on his left hand, too. Oh, man! I can't win anything. Well, table tennis is a lot of fun, but it's also really good for your hand and eye coordination, right?
Exactly. One of the best brain sports, they say.
And so if people want to get involved, what can they do?
Well, they can contact me at ttennisandqcy@yahoo.com. They can go to our Facebook page, Quincy Table Tennis Club, and connect with us there a little bit. And we start next week. And if they want to get to play, now's the time to do it.
And this is not only for adults. You also have some great programs here for kids.
Oh, absolutely. We encourage that because that's the future of the sport, future of the club. And we want to teach the sport, help kids learn how to play, and develop their brains with that eye-hand coordination.
I'll give Paul a quick little proud dad moment. Your son is really big here, right?
Yes, in fact, this last year he became the youngest table tennis champion for the City Table Tennis Championship. And so I'm really proud of him and his accomplishments.
Is it important to kind of get kids involved in this?
I think so. It's a great sport. It's a lifetime sport. So once you start playing, you can play it we got people who play until they're 80 or if not beyond.
Well, I feel like I am definitely a lifetime sporter here because it is addicting and I want to get better at it.
If you want to see your name on the plaque, you better practice.
Yes,
No
I need
offense.
to get my name on that plaque, and I will do what I have to do to get it there.
Ooh, all right. Thanks, Kristen.